Chief Meteorologist Derek Beasley keeping an eye on your weather. We were live with you on Facebook, which we love because then we can answer your specific questions about what's going on.
Yeah, and a lot of folks, of course, wondering about what's going on in the tropics, but we're not concerned about either one of these systems, but we're going to talk about them nonetheless, and I'll show you why we don't have any big concerns here in just a second. Let's go over the radar, though. We're tracking a few little light showers that are lingering from some pretty big storms that occurred early this afternoon. Glades County, seeing some of those showers now. They appear to be shrinking, though, as they move their way slowly towards the north. So LaBelle looks like the rain's moving out of your neck of the woods now, and also up towards Palmdale, seeing some light showers. 70s and 80s currently. 78 out towards Moorhaven and Clewiston, 76 at Pagefield and Bonita Springs coming in at 80 degrees, 82 in Naples and Marco Island. So another muggy night expected across the area here for tonight. And we'll start the morning off dry tomorrow with partly cloudy skies. Storm chances, though, should be a little better, particularly for the coastal areas as we go into the afternoon tomorrow, as we're going to get a stronger easterly wind. And as a result of that, we're going to see the storms focus and develop a little bit closer to the coast than what we've seen over the past couple of days. They were a little bit further west today than what we saw yesterday. You remember yesterday they were over towards Palmdale and Moorhaven and Clewiston, all the way down through Hendry and Collier County. Today they formed a little bit further west, right along Highway 29 and points west there. I think tomorrow they'll be even further west, right along I-75. So some pretty decent chances for storms, really from Northport and Port Charlotte and Punta Gorda, Fort Myers, all the way down through the Cape and into the Naples area here for tomorrow afternoon with that stronger easterly flow. And that's what we're going to have for the rest of the week. Easterly flow giving us better rain chances during the afternoon and evening. Now let's talk about the tropics. This area of disturbed weather, it's a tropical wave right now that is just kind of festering down here across the Caribbean near the Puerto Rico. It's going to gradually drift northwestward. It's got a lot of tropical moisture with it, and as it moves northwestward, it's going to spread that tropical moisture into our area. Right now, only a 10% chance of development over the next 5 days, meaning we do not expect this thing to become a tropical system, but it will bring more tropical moisture to our area by this weekend, maybe as early as Friday, increasing the rain chances in the cloud cover. That's actually maybe a good thing because it'll cool the temperatures down some. We are expecting highs in the 80s by then. This is the wave that we're watching right now, just south and west of the Cabo Verde Islands right now, making its way westward. There's a lot of dry air and dust with the Saharan air layer that is going to inhibit development over the near term. But the Hurricane Center, with the 8 o'clock update, bumping the chances of this developing up to about 40%. And I do expect those probabilities to increase as the week goes on. What I think is going to happen, though, regardless of whether this thing develops or not, the way we forecast things is we look at things called teleconnections. These are little patterns that we see in the future that potentially could control what happens. And I think what's likely going to happen is we're going to get this dip in the jet stream. Notice here, this is like the 6th of August. By the time this thing gets a bit closer to us, this dip in the jet stream is going to act like a wall and deflect this thing likely out into the open Atlantic. That is, if this pattern does hold. So right now, it looks like this is pretty persistent, at least amongst most of the computer models, that this pattern is going to be shaping up here by the first week of August. That's actually a good thing for us because anything that does try to approach our area will be deflected by that upper level trough. We're going to keep our fingers crossed on this, but right now it does not look like that second wave is going to be an issue for us, even if it does develop. But it does look like it may potentially develop based on some of the computer model forecasts. Now let's talk about that 7-day, and you see the rain chances go up here by the end of the week. High rain chances here for Friday into the weekend with highs in the 80s, back up to around 90, though, by early next week. We'll be right back.